and welcome back to the channel. This video is a request video. Somebody requested a video in the comments about the oofy doofy theory, and it's kind of like cool. So it's really cool. That's the first request. Yeah, but it's from Whatever It Takes 6691. So thanks for the little video idea. But the oofy doofy theory. All right. So the theory is that women nowadays with the empowered feminism and all that crap, they're going for weaker men who, like beta men, who are just effeminate and non-assertive and just, yes queen, oh yeah, whatever you want. And then they have low mate attraction value and stuff. And that is true to a degree. But okay, let me get into some actual, like, some science here about the birth control. Birth control, I guess it like simulates that they're having a baby or whatever. So it simulates. So then during that time, the woman is naturally going to be more attracted to a less masculine man. It's just like facts. They want more of a nurturer, a tender dude who's taking care of her and going to be there. Security, right? And so if she's on birth control, which that's what the modern feminism thing is. It's all about, all that kind of stuff. So they're going to naturally be more attracted to a less masculine man. And it's even during times they're ovulating and when they're not. During they're ovulating, they're attracted to more masculine men. Like, it's just blind studies on this stuff, and it has to do with the hormone fluctuations and all that stuff. And yeah, because it makes sense, because during the time they're ovulating, they're ready to reproduce. And so they want the bigger, stronger, more alpha, better genes motherfucker to bear their children. I mean, that makes sense, right? And then they're like, oh, I need a guy to nurture and be there for security. Okay, so you have that. That's some science for yo bitch ass. But then we get into then we can get into some insecurities and narcissism and all that shit that goes along with that too. So we'll get to say that it's like, if a girl let's say there's a girl and she's attractive, and then all of a sudden you see her with some bumbling freaking dough ball over there who's just like whatever. It's like, dude, she's looking for security. Like, she knows that he ain't gonna leave. Like, she is just, to her, like, she knows that he has idolized her and put her on this pedestal that has made her like everything to him. Because he's never had a chick like that, and he's probably never going to get one unless I like that again. And then, so she knows it, so then she gets all this power in it. So you see, that works. Because I think women just naturally, they want to feel like they are the most sexy woman, most beautiful thing to whatever certain guy. Like, they want to feel like they are the divine queen that he's been searching for his whole life. That she'll satisfy every desire, all this stuff. She's special and put on a pedestal. Sure, that makes sense, But the thing about women is they play games, so they try to dominate all the time. But if you let them dominate all the time, then they will just be done with you. Their whole game is that they want to keep playing. Is the chase. They want to have that. They want to freaking have a dude they gotta have a challenge. And so if you just give in all the time, there's no challenge there. And so then they'll be bored. And they'll be like, and leave. And then, you know what? The nicer you are to them, the more they're bitching about every freaking thing. So it's like, man, they want to be put in a place. It's just fucking ridiculous. But then the oofy doofy theory, it's like, yeah, another thing that would come to mind was, let's say that she fell for a dominant alpha Chad Mongoloid motherfucker, right? And he's just freaking took it to town, you know what I'm saying? And he's just had the whole bad boy bullshit, whatever the fuck. That whole deal, that whole vibe. And it's like, yeah, the girl's like, yeah. But then she gets her heart broken. And then she's like, I'm going to go for the exact opposite of that. So then she goes for the oofy doofy dude. The dude who smiles at everything. The dude who has no freaking claws. He's been declawed. And then, or maybe she got hurt. She dealt with an abusive guy. And that's fucking wrong. We're talking physically abusive. That's a whole different thing than what I was talking. Before I was talking about some dude who's just dominant, doesn't really care. And he's kind of whatever, about the whole deal. And she's like, oh. And then he just kind of well, see ya, whatever, breaks her heart. There's that. But then there's also maybe she got abused And then so now she's like real like, oh no, I need to find a guy who's like not gonna hurt me again and stuff. And that's a whole nother thing. And that's, you know, it's fucked up, whatever. But let's say she didn't get abused, and we're talking that. Yeah, she's gonna go for a dude who's like gonna be there all the time, especially like as the woman gets older, because like, and the women in the 20s, they think, oh, this I you know, I got it all made, whatever the fuck, and then, but then once 30 hits and they just have no kids and stuff, they're like, damn, I better find somebody. So then security pops in and all this stuff. So do I think the oofy doofy theory is real? Yes, I do, and I've seen it. And if a girl's insecure and she can't submit to a man, like she is going to try to dominate all the time. But then the only guys that she's attracted to is the guys that she can't dominate. Because it's like the game. So, like, I mean, it's initially like she'll be attracted. But then it'll be like, you know, but as soon as she gets it, and as soon as she knows she has to do it, it's like, wow, that's boring. Why would I want that? You know what I mean? Because it's the big chase. It's the big game. So yes, I think the oofy doofy theory is real. I do think there's definitely merit to it, especially if there's a bunch of girls on birth control. Like that's definitely gonna affect that whole deal too. And you know, like I don't know. I think that's I think it's real, and I think that it's freaking that the women need to be selective of men who are worthy, and they need to have strong traits as a man. Not weak traits just because they want security. Like literally, because they are nature. A woman is nature. She is the freaking the doorway to the next generation. Like literally. And all men are like, yeah, rare to go. Like freaking just look at anything, like any freaking animal, like cats, for instance. Like male cats. Like they're ready, they're spraying, they're like shitting outside the litter box, and that's why you gotta clip them or get them frick outside or whatever, wherever they go. But you'll notice they like if they're not clipped, they'll just poop right out in the open, like and stuff. And I'm like, why do they do that? What are they dumb? No, they're smart because they're spraying and they're taking the shit out in the open, so that way the female cats goes, oh, there's a male here, and that way when they hit heat, they know exactly where to go, like right. And all the male cats are ready for that one, like. There's cats running around the neighborhood. When my cat goes in heat, well, one of them. There's so many freaking cats. But when she goes and heats, they're like literally waiting on the back door for her. Like they can smell her through the walls. Like so, I mean, there's like 4 cats just waiting. So it's like that's how males are, right? And the thing about humans is that the woman has to be selective. And so if she's not selective and she just starts sleeping with everybody, then she is just ruining the whole species. Like that's why like sexual promiscuity is like fucking bad. It's like if a girl's just like whatever, because this is supposed to be some sanctity stuff. This is supposed to be the sacred, like golden nugget, like the nectar, the freaking scepter of holding it all for the next generation. And then they're like, whatever, it's not sacred anymore. Just sleep with whoever, and it's like, dude. So then you got all these weak motherfuckers, and then they have children, and then all of a sudden, them children are weaker because it's just that's how it goes. That's why hypergamy is the thing, and the women are attracted to the more like dominant in a social thing, or maybe she has like a kink with the physical prowess, or maybe it's whatever. It's just always some dominant thing in the social status, and it's like that's how it's supposed to be, because that is the most like. That's going to be produce the best genes, like, you know? So that's how they're supposed to be. But if a girl's just starts sleeping with everybody, and just weak dudes, or whatever the fuck, then it's like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Then the children get weaker, and then their children get weaker, and then there's no fucking boundaries, and no order, and then the men are just fucking hunched over little fucking pieces of shit, with no freaking, and they think like women, they act like women, they're like fully just on their pleasures, just seeking pleasure, and that's all that matters, and it's like, what is the point of anything? And that's the weak motherfucking men, dude. And that's why women have to be selective. So yeah, the oofy doofy theory is real. It is definitely real. And like I said, if the woman has been abused or something, you know, or like got her heart broken, like she's gonna, like, let's say she was with a dude, she really cared about him, and he's got the bad boy thing, and he's also abusive, so that's a whole nother freaking thing. Like, so she's really traumatized that. Yeah, she's gonna go the exact opposite route. Will she be satisfied with that guy? Well, He's not hurting her, at least. So, you know, but other than that, is she going to be sexually satisfied? Is she going to know that, like, she's going to be satisfied in the fact of how if somebody busts in the house, what is he going to do? Cry in the corner or wait for her to do something? Probably, because that's the freaking weak dude. So it's like, I mean, like, I've seen dudes where, I'm just saying, like, I've seen dudes when it's cold out, the snow is going up, and then there's freaking some big freaking donut in the freaking car, and then his girlfriend is trying to push the car while he drives. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? And so I ran up, and I just started pushing the car. I was like, and then I was like, so she helped, and I said, I got this, I can do it. So then she stood back, and I pushed the car, and then he got out, and he's playing on his phone, wearing skinny jeans, and then like, and fucking a donut, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why does she find you attractive at all? Like, what good are you? Like, literally, you're just another bitch. Like, she might as well be a lesbian. Like, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? That's like, when I see that stuff, and it's like, because men are supposed to do men shit, and women shouldn't have to do the men shit. And it's vice versa, man. It's like, women should be doing the women shit, men should be doing the men shit, and then, you know what? And everybody should realize that we're not equal. Like a woman cannot bench press 800 pounds. Like, I don't give a fuck what she's on, dude. And there's dudes who can. You know, just like a man can't have a child. It's like, okay, so we're not fucking equal. Like, that's fine. So then we need to, instead of being like, we need a level playing field on every freaking thing, we need to realize that, that people aren't equal. Like there's hyper geniuses out there who are just not physically, they have no physical prowess, but they're so freaking smart, dude. Do you put them and be like, all right, deadlift 800 pounds right now? And be like, they're going to look at you like a nuts. No, they're going to try to devise a machine or something to pick it up. Then the dude who's freaking, just a brute, just freaking, just fucking He-Man, dude. Yeah, he can go lift it. So it's like, that's not equal. That's not equal. Like, some people are born where they can't walk. Is that equal? No, it's not. It's like, we need to freaking ixnay that stuff, and we need to start comparing ourselves to others, what things be. We need to be like, what can I do to become the best I can be? You know what? I'm not the smartest. I'm not the fucking, not the tallest. I'm not the shortest. I'm not whatever the fuck it is that you're like, you know what I mean? I'm not strong. Doesn't fucking matter, dude. Whatever you're not, guess what you can do? You can become better. And that's what we should do. We need to stop fucking keeping everything as like, oh, it's all equal. Because it's just not. Just not, dude. I don't know. Feminism is freaking ridiculous. Like, literally. I am for feminism, how it used to be, when women can vote and, you know, have equal right at the table and all that crap. Like, that's awesome. But when it's like, no, now we're fucking equal. And everything. It's like, no, that's just not physically. It's not physical. It's physical. It's not, like, if you take two men, and men are just like, hey, this guy is like this, and that guy's like this, and it's like, okay, are they equal? No. The one's fucking 5 foot tall, the other one's 7'3". It's like, play basketball. And it's like, dude, they're not equal. They're not equal. So yeah, that's freaking, I don't even know how I got on that. But goddamn, yes, dude. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Freaking A, but that's the take on the oofy doofy theory. And thank you, whatever it takes, 6691 for the comment and the request, because you freaking first one ever, and I told you I'd make one. Told you I'd make a response to this. So whoever is still watching this video, thank you. And freaking, let me get a front double bye real quick. Yeah, baby. You know what I'm saying, dog? The caffeine is kicking my ass right now. So yeah, so good day to you, YouTube.